Energy is driving Europe's economic imbalance currently. We have to reduce and save energy. This means putting in place energy efficiency measures, doubling, tripling the current efforts, and that will not only reduce our energy deficit, therefore also reducing our carbon emissions, but also create jobs.
The biggest issue that we face is making sure that the legislators in Parliament, both in Brussels and nationally, understand that these are real serious issues and that you can't be swayed by one lobby group who has one particular issue as a focus.
The problem is, I guess, that what is seen very often are the initial investments to be made in order to achieve energy efficient installations and energy efficient buildings. And what is often forgotten in the debate is that these investments are paid back.
If you invest, and we have seen that in the German case of the KfW Bank, €1 of public support into building renovation, you get a leverage factor of 20 nearly.
The current legislation with its targets maybe is not ambitious enough. If we talk about 20% by 2020, that's certainly not sufficient to move towards 100% of a low carbon. I would say 100% renewable economy, because that is certainly possible with the use of renewable electricity, with the use of heat pump technology.
I don't think that Europe has enough policies yet to ensure that we will achieve the targets that have been set. The policies that we need to develop have to be flexible enough that they encourage the use of new refrigerants so that we do remove these emissions of high global warming gases, but completely ensure that we're moving towards a lower energy consuming solution.
F-gases, so fluorinated gases, are used in all types of applications, in air conditioning of buildings, they are used in hospitals, they are used in refrigeration, in commercial refrigeration.
What F-gases do and how their use should be limited should be at maximum phased down.
There is a whole range of alternatives as well, but these alternatives cannot be used everywhere because they do not always fulfill the requirements in terms of safety.
I generally favour the phase down because it's flexible, but I'd like to see some sort of mechanism, and I'm not sure what that is, that would help the people that need to make a big investment have confidence that they can make the investment.
We would like to see a series of bans, sector bans, on new equipment containing HFCs for all of the key sectors, including the very HFC heavy sectors of commercial refrigeration and air conditioning. They can do without HFCs by 2020.
We support a phase down on a European level. It would obviously be preferable to have such a phase down on an international, on a global level, because most of the F-gas emissions will be generated in the very near future outside Europe and not inside Europe.
Getting international cooperation towards lower carbon is definitely the biggest problem. If the developing economies in China and India and Brazil grow at the rate that they've been growing for the last 10 years, then all the efforts of Europe will be wiped out.
The 2020 targets may be at risk with the current hesitation of investors, of the average user, to renovate and to invest in new heating and cooling technology.
At a time of crisis when money is short, then you can't be looking to impose harsh measures on companies who are, realistically, a lot of companies are struggling just to survive on a day-to-day basis.
Nobody wants to change if they think that change is actually going to cost more. But what we've seen with a lot of the alternative technologies is that they're actually more energy efficient. So there are cost savings for the end users.
The debate on the energy efficiency and the debate on the F-gases show that our industry sector, as I said, the refrigeration, heating and cooling industry, has a very significant potential to contribute to achieving the 2020 targets, but also beyond the 2020 targets to the low carbon roadmap in 2050.